Theme of your documentary, your film, is pretty simple and it's pretty devastating. And that is the Democrat Party is the party of fascism. And history, just in the last 100 years, history proves it.
It's the party of fascism and it's the party of racism. And this is just not only a historically accurate statement, it's an accurate description of what's going on now. So that we see a fascist streak on the left today. Not only Antifa, which dresses like fascists and does fascist tactics, driving speakers off campus, using violence and so on, but also the use of the weapons of the government, the IRS, the DOJ, the FBI against political opponents and critics. That's a fascist tactic to merge the party with the state. And finally, the government control of the private sector. If you look at the Nazi 25-point platform, which we show in our movie, you know, it's state control of banks, state control of insurance companies, state control of education, state control of healthcare. You can't see Trump signing off on any of this, but you certainly could see Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders breaking into applause.
Yeah, and I would throw in there state control of the media. Although it's an unofficial control, it certainly is an unholy alliance. The media is linked to the Democrat Party and part and parcel to the Democrat Party. But let's talk about the racist and racism component. The Democrat Party has a history of racism. They've done a tremendous job over the last three decades of putting that onus on the Republican Party, but history proves it to be the opposite. The party of segregation is the Democrat Party. The party of the KKK is the Democrat Party. They want to rewrite history. They don't want us to talk about, Dinesh, the Klan bake of 1924. That would be the Democrat Convention in New York. They don't want us to talk about it, the real history.
When I speak on campus and I tell young people that in 1860, the year before the Civil War, no Republican owned a slave, and that all the slaves in the country, 4 million of them, were owned by Democrats, they can hardly believe this. They've never been taught it. It's not in their textbooks. They've never seen it on the History Channel. It's certainly not on Wikipedia. And so what you have is that a lot of what we learn in our schools and colleges and in the media, this is progressive history. It's a progressive spin on an American narrative that has left out all the facts that are damaging to Democrats and to the left.
And this is why kids need to, the millennial generation and younger, need to watch a documentary like this, because you ask the question, who are the true racists? Who are the true fascists in America today? And your film sets out to find the answers. Roll tape.
So help me God.
They say he's killing America.
There will be a vote to impeach.
They say he's a racist.
This was a white lash.
And a fascist. Who are the real racists?
Northern Democrats had conspired together with Southern Democrats to take away the fruit of other people's labor.
Who are the real fascists?
All right, so in the film you talk about the big lie, but let's go to the big truth first. And that is FDR, the vaunted one on the left, the Democrat holier-than-thou president, right? Here's a guy who admired Mussolini. And then you had Hitler admiring FDR, and then you had the Nazis using the progressive left model in this country and for what they did in Germany.
Right. We have a scene in the movie where the senior Nazis, the head of the Justice Department, the guys who are drafting the Nuremberg laws, which make Jews into second-class citizens, they're sitting in a room and they have in their hands the democratic laws of the Jim Crow South. And essentially what the Nazis are doing is crossing out the word black and writing in the word Jew. So it's not just the Nazi laws and the democratic laws were parallel. The Nazis are using the democratic blueprint. Now, this is a fact. We have the transcripts of that meeting. It's supported by a body of historical scholarship, and yet it's not taught in American schools. You'll never see it in the media. And so what happens is the movie has these explosive truths that the left can't face. This is why they're in denial about this film. They'll say things like, Dinesh is trying to claim that Hitler was a liberal Democrat. No, I don't claim that stupidity. But what I do say is that Hitler and the Nazis got some of their most bigoted and murderous schemes from American progressives or from the Democratic Party, and that's a fact.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.